Hey, my friends, Dr. Rob Kiltz, how you doing? Mind, Body, Smile, drkiltz.com. And it's really all about Kiltz's Keto Carnivore for Conception, which is basically a healthy lifestyle. Shantia, hello. Let's see, Caribbean Cap. I'm sharing 15 minutes of a discussion of why carnivore keto, one meal a day, is the very best way for conception. As a fertility doctor, I know my stuff sounds radical, but we're not the livestock, we're the lions. We've been taught to be the livestock, and this is killing all of us until we realize that they're creating a marketing environment for us to be addicted to plants. And I didn't believe this myself until I did it. And I know that a fatty meat, one meal a day nutrition is the very most amazing way for all of us in humanity. We have been duped by the masters to eat grass and grains. Remember, you have no requirement for fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, or nuts, nada. But you have a requirement for fat and protein amino acids. But you have a lot less requirement for amino acids, but you have a constant requirement of fatty acids because the fatty acids fuel the mitochondria, never sugars. And by the way, glucose is just another glycan, which is a sugar in the bloodstream, along with many other sugars, which we're not even measuring. So the glycobiome, I've been talking about the crazy glycobiome lately, and I know I'm going to make people think like, Kiltz, what are you talking about? The glycobiome. But this is the true protective Teflon area and the thing that most people don't look at or don't understand. But really a great article, and it's called Role for Golgi Glycans in Oogenesis and Spermatogenesis. What this is, and I don't know if you guys can see the article, and we'll put a connection that basically the glycosylation process is critical for the normal function of your eggs, sperm, embryos, and implantation. And without glycosylation, we're doomed. But it's because we fill our belly, our bowels, with infinite amounts of plants, which create a glycation environment. So my bet is because glucose levels are likely higher, even though we market them as normal levels, they're not. And this is why I've gone to a fatty meat, basically bacon, eggs, butter, beef, intermittently feasting, one meal a day, and salt. And it's simple. There's no fancy recipes needed in any of this. It's so simple. We're seeing so many women and men improve their eggs and sperm because they reduce the glucose levels significantly, because sugar, we should say glycan levels significantly. Be interesting if we measured other glycans like galactose, fructose, along with glucose, and recognizing that your body makes all the glycans it requires. You don't need to eat them ever. But because we're addicted to all the fast food and all the healthy lifestyle and healthy choices you and I have been taught, we can't believe that fruits and vegetables are bad for us. But fruits and vegetables, by the way, are all sugars, glycans, and the majority of sugars are not sweet. Did you know that? I didn't. But essentially, these ideas have changed in so many ways. So the more you realize that the glycosylation is critical for normal function of every sperm, egg, embryo, and implantation environment. And without that glycosylation, by the way, not glycation, glycosylation, and glycation is the abnormal binding of sugars to every nook and cranny of our body. And what I've learned is that these the sugar coating of our body, so this is basically the glycoproteins. These glycoproteins are little shards of metal circulating in our bloodstream that ultimately damage the egg, the sperm, the embryo, the glycobiome. And most doctors, most scientists know nothing about the glycobiome because they're focused on the microbiome. The microbiome basically takes control of you because you've damaged the Teflon shield of the bowels from the lips internally all the way to the rectum. But the outer glycobiome, by the way, is keratinized by a sugar, a glycan. When you understand these crazy concepts, and I know my ideas sound radical, and I know I'm just carnivore Kiltz, he's crazy. Well, Kiltz's keto carnivore to conception is the amazing answer. But keto is a high fat, low to no carbs, one meal a day under Kiltz's rules. And I guess this is hard for you and I to understand because every market, every marketer, every little you go to the grocery store, the marketplace, you go to the gas station, and everything is you need healthy carbs, right? Healthy proteins, healthy fats. But they're telling you that seeds and nuts are healthy fats, avocados healthy fats, but those are plant oils. And the last I looked, an avocado is a fruit, but we are just been duped by the lions to keep us livestock corralled and eating mush to make us meek. And I'm a scientist in all of this. When I went carnivore over 10 years ago, it changed my life. It can change your life, but it's not what the experts tell us, because the experts want to keep us as livestock. And if you look at the United States Department of Agriculture's journal on plant poisoning, we're being poisoned by the plants we eat, the healthy vegetables, fruit, fibers, seeds, and nuts, which turns out to be deadly for humans and the cause of, I bet, all disease. And as a fertility specialist, I know that eating ribeye steak and the fat with butter every day, one time a day, is the very best. And again, you're the lioness and the lion, but you've been corralled and fed a meal of mush and the livestock we be. We are corralled. We are the prisoners, the slaves, the soldiers, and the peasants. But the way to take back your control is eat like the lions. So the lions, the wolves, the tigers, the eagles, that's crazy, right? Meat is the master maker for all of humans. We came out of the trees not to eat the grass, but the grass eaters. Insulin resistance is untrue. Your mitochondria only use acetyl-CoA from fatty acids. That's it. And vegetables and fiber and fruits and seeds and nuts contain the chemicals that the plants make to control and kill us. That's it. The more I do this, it's not complicated. It's simple. Occam's razor says the simple answer is the one. That is amazing. As a fertility doctor, what you want to do is you want to empty the bucket. Imagine that your bowels are simply a cup. And if you're eating 3 times a day of plants, the cup always contains carbocaine, deadly plants that ferment. They make alcohol, heat, gas, methane, acetate, acetaldehyde, deadly. Plus there's sugar, glycans, always going to the liver, always converting to fat and doing the damage that is killing all of us, young and old, tall and short, thin and fat. It doesn't matter. Our diseases are not caused by fat. They're caused by an effed up mindset. We're livestock the way we're fed and marketed to eat the slop, eat the mush, eat meek foods for the masses and not the lion-like foods for the kings and queens that we are. And I'm here to share an idea as a reproductive endocrinologist, a fertility specialist that trained in internal medicine initially, but realized all I was doing was writing the prescriptions for the drugs. Almost every single disease we suffer from, including being infertile, recurrent pregnancy losses, endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS, metabolic syndrome is simply a label of a disease process that is caused by the diet. Remove the dietary poisons, which are the plants. Listen, I love pasta, bread, salad, kale, Brussels sprouts, garlic, onions. They're deadly for us. And we must take over the community sourcing of health and wellness. We have been lied to by the lions that want to control the lambs, sheeps, and pigs, cows, all of us, right? We're controlled by the controllers because we want to be like them, but we believe them when they say that fruits and vegetables, seeds and nuts are good for you and fatty meat is bad. But remember, Wagyu A5 steak is fatty and it is the master meals. Listen, what is the glycobiome? It's the sugar coating that actually is critical for every cell and mechanism of our body. It's critical. When you eat no fat, remember, fat is from an animal and oils are from plants. Almost basically all oils are manufactured in an industrial way, but animal fat is from nature. So get back to nature. Liver organs, Ted Bronze. And listen, Kiltz's keto carnivore for conception. Listen, carnivore is keto. Keto is an extremely low glucose or low sugar environment, a low glycan environment, which allows the inflammation to be suppressed. And fasting, I say 23-1 is the way. Estrogen gets accumulated in the liver for menopausal women. It is a need to detox the liver. High fat leads to high body fat. Actually, the consumption of a high plant-based diet is the cause of fatty liver. When you eat fat, it suppresses inflammation and protects the glycobiome. Remember, because you eat a plant-based 3-meal diet, you're secreting sugar into the liver all the time. Insulin, sugar, and amino acids are then help to convert those things to fat. We blame fat, but they don't want you to eat fat. I know it. Uric acid is caused by a plant-based diet. Gout is caused by a plant-based low-fat diet. Remember, keto carnivore is not a high-protein diet. It's a high-fat diet. The things that we've been taught are scary, you're right. But when I went carnivore over 10 years ago, I do one meal a day at night. If I drink coffee, it's with butter or cream and vegetables I feed to the livestock, and I eat the livestock. Listen, you don't want to kill animals? Well, we're killing ourselves. Human beings are carnivores in our natural habitat. But we've created a fake habitat, right? Fake food delivered to your market, frozen, but it's all pasta, bread, vegetables, seeds and nuts, and the oils, which are industrial. Until we take control of our health and wellness, this is why we need global control. This is a radical. You should all, in my opinion, I'm giving you my opinion. You have to do your own research. But fat is not the cause of disease. Vegetables are. Vegetables make us vegetables, and then we listen to the master marketers. Have you seen Mad Men? Remember, it's all about Mad Men making money and screwing around and drinking alcohol all the time. Enough, my friends. Faith first. Always grateful for the journey. Every day. We are an ancient hunter. We didn't eat the lean meat. We ate the fat, the bone marrow, the bone broth. This is crazy. Our ancient ancestors, we ate meat. If you go out to your yard and start eating seeds and nuts and vegetables and fruit and fiber in the raw, you're fucked. I'm sorry. These answers and ideas are radical, but the more I've done this as a human being, all my diseases went away. And I've seen so many do the same thing. So, best, but the one day a meal, I'm losing weight quickly. Add more fat, go to 2. Listen, fatty meat is the key. Remember, carbohydrates and amino acids have half the calories of fat. And fat, add the butter, add the cream, add the ghee, the tallow, the lard, the bacon. It suppresses the inflammation in the bowels and protects your glycobiome. The glycobiome is destroyed by a high plant-based, low animal fat diet. That's why we're all dying. The glycobiome has been screwed, and no one knows about the glycobiome. No one knows that glucose is just another glycan that's critical to be converted into the glycocalyx, which is the sugar coating that protects us. When you eat sugar, simple sugars quickly go to the liver, converted to fat. Everyone's afraid of fat, but if you're fat and there's a famine, you're in good shape. If you're skinny and there's a famine, you're fucked. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but we got to be real here. It's time we all take control. Fat is the best. How to boost and improve fat absorption and digestion. Basically, when you stop eating the fiber, the fruits, the vegetables, and the alcohol, you will improve your glycobiome. Your microbiome is the cause of damage in our body because we're told to add more bacteria and yeast to your bowels and or fruits and vegetables, which ultimately ferments in our bowels, destroys the glycobiome, and then guess what? They're after us and they're going to kill us. These ideas are stupidly radical. Occam's razor says the simple answer is the one. We are an ancient hunting wolf, lion-like pride animal. We are not a livestock herd animal. We're not. But if you want to continue that one, it's amazing. Grass-fed butter protects our heart. Absolutely. Eating fat. When I say fat, not an avocado, not walnuts or seeds or nuts, and peanut butter is deadly for humanity. But remember, it's a peasant, slave, soldier, and prisoner food. This is what they forced us to grow for the masters. So they made more money. So the kings and queens and the princes and princesses of the universe could stand around and just watch the meek and the masses do the work for them. Well, my friends, become the lioness and the lion again. And this is so radical, nuts. How long a woman is fertile? Well, listen, so many young women are becoming infertile at younger and younger ages. Listen, why is there a shortage of baby formula? Because we're relying on plants to feed our babies. But our babies are mammals that are meant to suck on a breast. And when they're done with that, let me tell you, it's the baby's way. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef. Listen, Kiltz's ice cream. No sugar is needed, by the way, and it is great. And salt. It is crazy. Remember, seeds, nuts, fruit, fiber, vegetables are plants. And why would we eat a fake burger? Are we idiots? No disrespect to anyone, whatever their choice of religion or politics or foods, it's yours. But if you're suffering, the Vikings knew the way, right, Ted? Let's see. And you know, remember the Mongols and the Vikings, they ate meat and they conquered the world. You really know that, right? And essentially all of Asia and Europe was all conquered by the Vikings, right? And then the peoples traveled the world, but the conquerors were the elite master marketing manipulators. They ate the master meats, the Wagyu A5, and everyone else ate the mush. This took me a while to figure it out, and I'm speaking with Sean Baker tomorrow. Let's see, 7 p.m. Eastern time, live with Sean. Let's see, Facebook, YouTube, drkiltz.com, cnyfertility.com, and I'm going to work to also share it on Instagram. It's up to you to stop listening to the marketers that tell you healthy choice is a vegetable. Well, that healthy vegetable makes you and I a vegetable. My sister died of diabetes from it. My best friend Dave died from it. Absolutely. And England, France wouldn't have survived without the Vikings, right? We are all, I loved Vikings and Game of Thrones. And ultimately, you need to understand that we are the hunting animals, but we can be hunted also, right? And yes, the baby's way is no calorie counting, no, I don't measure anything, my macros. I'm sorry, what animal in the universe is going to give up fat? None. What animal is going to get fat and say, let me go burn my calories after 3 meals a day? They're not, because they know that if you are skinny in the famine, you're effed up. And listen, there are so many people doing this. Listen, I grew up with ADHD, OCD, dyslexia, migraines, bowel problems. I couldn't read, kicked out of school, in a gang, my father in jail. I learned that if you think the experts are smarter than you, we've been duped. You and I need to take control of you and I, right? Plants make us idiots. Because remember, heroin, cocaine, marijuana, even alcohol is all made from a plant-based diet. Deadly. But the lion solution is simple. There's so many people with amazing things. And our babies till whatever, 1, 2, or 3 suck on a breast and then go to bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and occasionally Kiltz's ice cream. But you have to make it. And do not add the white sugar. Just add a little bit of a shaving of dark chocolate or a little bit of vanilla, fresh beans. This is the amazing game changer in all this. So who's in charge of your life? You are. You're the master. You're the professor, right? The president, the pope, the creator. God number one within all of us. Carnivore is the optimal nutritional solution for all of humanity. And we remember the popes, the priests, the presidents, the controllers through the master manipulation of the word. And remember, the word is God and we are the gods. And when you understand that, read the 3 magic words. And if you check out my craziness in Kiltz's Keto Lifestyle, check it out. And I got a number of books that I think are amazing that I've listened to and learned from, but there are infinite people out there. But remember, let's see here. We are sugar coated, but the sugar coating is critical. But when you eat sugar in the form of fruits, fiber, vegetables, seeds, and nuts, it's deadly. Let's see. For those with smaller stomach, don't do the surgeries. You know what's crazy? All these people doing this weight loss surgery, and they put them on a diet at the same time. We've been duped. The surgery is deadly, and never do a diet again. The optimal human nutrition is lions. When you recognize that we are carnivores, and keto is made up too, right? Sugar is never, glucose is never the fuel for the mitochondria. The mitochondria must have acetyl-CoA from fatty acids. Insulin resistance is false. We are all duped and been drugged by a plant-based world because that makes us the livestock and controlled, domesticated. I do 1 meal at night and basically 1 hour is my window. Now, if you want to do a 3-hour window, go on a siesta, and it's feasting and fasting is the best way to lasting. So God is the most amazing invention and creation of humanity. When you know that God is actually us and the spiritual texts that have been shared since our infinite ancient peoples, and then they've been written down how we can all find love, kindness within always. And then we can go to the lion meal, 1 meal, fatty meat. I do bacon, eggs, butter, beef. Yes, Kiltz's ice cream from time to time. These ideas are crazy. And carnivore cures. Check out Judy Cho's book on carnivore cure. I wrote a keto cure before that. When I went carnivore, and I didn't want to scare too many on carnivore because it's kind of scary. Dr. Kiltz, you're screwed up. We need fiber. Well, you need it in order to get the diseases, in order to get the drugs and dissections that the doctors recommend to do a fiber-filled diet. Fiber-filled diet is deadly for humanity. And I know I'm crazy down here. I'm down in Sarasota for a few days. I'm going to be over at the Sarasota office. I met Barbara Glanz, Glanz, motivational speaker on my flight from Atlanta to Sarasota. There's so many people out there that are sharing the stories. Victoria from Tanzania, from all over the globe. We are amazing. Melissa, Jeremy. I'm working on the books. You can get this from Amazon, kiltzesketo.com, and also my daily inspiration books. Listen, faith first always. And this is so amazing in life. You must have daily inspirations of gratitude. This is the attitude. Just a created bin. Glad I had found carnivore way of eating. God all over us, by the way. Remember, human beings created the word God, but God was created well before us in the vibrational, amazing, magical energy of all things, right? And again, when you have faith in infinite meditative moments a day, that's the game change, right? Look into Shilajit. I'm going to look at that. Struggling with Diseases by Somovedic. And for me, I do mineral water. I do a coffee with butter a little bit in the day. And I don't look for I try to stay away from all that crazy stuff that maybe is not so true. All right. I went a little bit longer than expected. Faith first and keep it infinite. Take 1 to 3 naps a day because we need to change it. And let's see. Niuka, hello, Gomez, Latina, Carnivore Latina. Listen, Bella, Steak and Butter gal is amazing. Amazing coaching. Check out CNY Fertility. We have a lot of links and drkiltz.com to all of these. Your take on ancestral supplements like colostrum and beef tallow. Well, if you like, I do butter. I put butter in my ice cream, by the way. Home run, right? A little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla and eggs. You don't need the vanilla or the chocolate. You certainly don't need the cane sugar. But I like a treat. And from time to time, this is amazing. So listen, we are all in this fertile universe through the mind game. You are the mindful creator, and you and I are the gods. Let's see. Barbara Glantz said to me, let's see. Fear knocks, faith opens the door, and there's nobody there. But I want you to look again and see the goddess within all of you, the gods within all of you. Because it's within us every day. This is where we need to be like, yay. Yes, you can see all this later. Let's see, Caroline from Norway, raw meat experiment. Listen, I love raw meat. I do cut it. I cook my steak like rare as can be. Facts, it cures Alzheimer's disease. Listen, Shalajit, I'm going to look on that. Shalajit, the thing that cures all disease is not to get the disease, because you were used to either a drug-based world, which is also the diet of plants. So the cause of disease is a plant-based, low animal fat diet. It's crazy. All right. God bless. I got to get to I'm a little late for my other calls. I'm doing some calls. I'm connecting with people. I'm always trying to get into my Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and answer questions. But keep listening, keep learning. If, wherever you're at on the journey, start where you're at. If you're vegan, vegetarian, Mediterranean, pescatarian, carnivarian. But Sean Baker, let's see, this Thursday, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Last week, it was Anthony Chafee. I was interviewed by him. But all of us together, we're alive. And we're lions alive. That's the key, all right? Lions alive, most important, we're making the changes and never give up and find some support there. But if you're suffering like I did with bowel bleeding, hemorrhoids, arthritis, my poops were bleeding, migraines, neuroses, Georgia E, check her out. And I love you. I'm going to answer more questions. I'll come later on or tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye, everyone.